welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that I've been given the pleasure to introduce myself to you, I'm Vanessa and I, and welcome to the fam. So guys, today we are going to be looking at the next 3 months of your love life. Yes, you guys, a lot can change in 3 months, especially when it comes to love. So in order to help you figure out exactly what is going on in your love life, I have prepared 4 groups that you can choose from. So I would like you to pick one of these 4 minerals intuitively, one of these 4 crystals that just really resonates with you. So the 4 crystals that you may choose from are as follows. We have the orange calcite, we have the emerald, we have the black obsidian, as well as the tiger eye. But as you all know, the timestamps are linked down below in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section. And if this is the first one of my videos that you've come across and you enjoyed it, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well as turn on your notification bell to never miss another reading that is relevant to your life, because I upload all the time. So yeah, guys, I want to keep the intro nice and short. As you all know, the links are down below, not only for free PDFs as well as my online store. You can find a heap of fun stuff in the description box. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be starting off the readings with the first group, which corresponds to the orange calcite, and to all the other groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the orange calcite, group number 1. I want to get straight into your reading to figure out exactly what's going to be going on in your love life for the next 3 months. So let's get right into it, shall we? First and foremost, we have the flame tree. So in the flame tree, I see the start of something new. I see that something unexpected is probably going to happen in your love life that you just didn't think would occur like this. So this could be a fresh relationship, a new connection, but it could also be a connection that is already existing that kind of like fades away, if you will. So we're not quite sure yet what this new event is, what the start of something new will be, but that is why we're delving further into your reading, group number 1. So moving further into it, I see here the jewel within a teardrop. So there is a lot of appreciation here for what you are going to be learning for these next 3 months. So regardless of whether you find new love or you sort of let go of somebody that you were in a situationship with, I can see here that you will understand that this has happened at this point in your life for a reason, and you will understand that it's most likely for your benefit at the end of the day. So I definitely don't see any sort of bitter feelings. I see appreciation of everything, okay? An appreciation of love that is in your life. Then we have achievement as well as Ganesha. Okay, so group number 1, in achievement, one thing that I see here is that you have to stay focused on your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish in your love life. So this leads me to think that you are most likely going to take a detour, and you may be kind of worried, okay? You may think to yourself, oh my God, like, what is happening? That may be what you're going through like for the first few weeks of the next 3 months, but then you're going to understand like, okay, I just gotta stay focused on what it is that I really want out of love, on what it is that I really want to achieve, and everything will turn out just fine. And in Ganesha, that is exactly what I see. I see that you're protected as well as guided, and within these next 3 months you will be able to clear obstacles in the romantic realm. So those obstacles could be a situationship that is just not for you, and situationships are always dangerous things, group number 1, because oftentimes there is a party in the situationship that is kind of like stringing the other party along with the whole, you know, let's see where it goes, but actually you already know what you want, aka what you don't want. So yeah, can we just all be honest? You know, that is often what I wish like love could be, just a little bit more honesty and less people would get hurt. But sadly, that is not always the case, group number 1. I mean, we've all been there. So I want you to know that even if a situationship leaves your life, you're going to know that it was better. You're going to know that that was just an obstacle that was in the way between what you truly wanted and, you know, where you are right now, because situationships are time consuming. They can be tiring and they can just make you feel down and out. And I don't wish a situationship on anybody who does not want to be involved in one. So know that any situationship that is an obstacle can be cleared within these next 3 months. I mean, of course, only if that is what you want. If that is not what you want and you are happy with your situationship, then you do you, group number one. So then we have wait, we have a reconsider, as well as a year from now. Okay, so group number one, we have something really interesting happening here. So there is a start of something new. Okay, this could be a new romantic relationship. This could also be just a new chapter that lasts for about a year. Okay, that is one thing that I see. I see that this is something that can last for about a year or start a year from now. And one thing that I see is that it's important for you to wait. Okay, don't get into any relationship too quickly. Do not allow yourself to be like sweet talked or just to be convinced by somebody that you're meant to be together, even though it feels wrong. Okay, that is one thing that I see in reconsider. And in correlation to the fact that we have an implication of something that is happening a year from now. If there is a romantic interest, if there is somebody that you would like to maybe consider being with, allow yourself to truly like feel them out, give it enough time. Okay, that is what I see in wait, because if they are the wrong one for you, if they are not the one that you are meant to be with, if the situationship, the relationship is not destined to be good, know that somebody else will roll into your life a lot quicker than you ever thought possible. And then obviously that is something that will still last a year from now. But if you go with the person who you're not really sure about, who you're not really meant to be with, then a year from now, there will probably be a new beginning again. A year from now, you might probably be single again, just because things were most likely not meant to be, group number one. Then we have the pig spirit, as well as the koi fish spirit. So group number one thing that I want you to know is that there is always enough. So we literally just spoke about that. There are people coming in and out of your life romantically. There are people who could be, you know, romantic interests. You may not always consider them just because maybe you're not even looking at them that way, or you're just not even thinking that far. But I want you to know in the koi fish spirit that there is enough for you to choose from in love. So sometimes it may feel like things are a little bit scarce. Sometimes it may feel like waiting means losing out on an opportunity in love, but don't allow yourself to be pressured into that, group number one, because I definitely don't want you to start all over again a year from now. I definitely don't want you to feel as though, you know, you're constantly giving people chances, but they're just not appreciative of it, or they end up cheating or being dishonest or just doing something that ruins the situation, even though you just think to yourself, gee, like if you didn't want this to be real, then why did we even start? You know what I mean? So allow yourself to take your time. That is one thing that I see in the pig spirit, especially romantically. There are a lot of people who are interested in you. There are a lot of people who would like a little piece of that, group number one, but you have to like use your mind very wisely when it comes to this, and you have to really like think a little bit more in a broad spectrum. So for instance, example, if you are seeing somebody who is going to move countries in 6 months and they're moving like across the world, okay, then most likely you know that if this person is not already talking about how you can make it work, that it's just going to break off after 6 months. If they just say, oh, let's just see how it goes, then know that they don't really see hope in the situation, because otherwise they would already start planning. I mean, wouldn't you? If you wanted to take somebody along with you in life, in love, even though you were moving countries, you would try any possible way, if you consider them to be the one, to stay with them, to make sure that the connection is still there and that you don't lose the person. But see, this is where you have to use your mind very wisely. This is where you have to really look at each and every person and be like, if I moved halfway across the world, if something happened, is this person really going to try to keep me around? Because if they're not going to try and make it work any way possible, then let me tell you what, it is most likely not the connection for you, and it is most likely not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you know, love is something where you shouldn't be, how should I say, you shouldn't fall out of love or apart if it is pure, just because of distance, just because of time, or because of, you know, temptation of other people. At the end of the day, your friends, your family, you don't just stop being friends with somebody that you really love just because they're moving halfway across the world. You still stay friends. Maybe you don't see each other as often, but you still have the loyalty and the respect to stay connected. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you are certain, group number one, that the person that you're talking to, the person that you're in this situationship with, gives you that same energy, okay? Gives you that same respect and really believes in the connection enough to make sure that it stays put where it is right now. So let's move further into your reading. We have the wasp spirit as well as the spider spirit. So in the wasp spirit, I definitely see that something may happen that triggers you, that makes you think, okay, you know what? I'm just done with the situation. I would rather start fresh. That is one thing that I see in the spider spirit. So keep in mind here that if you're in a situationship and it comes to an end, yes, sometimes life stings. That is very true. That is all what the wasp spirit stands for. But at the same time, you learn and you can move on. You can do sort of like a new net for yourself, okay? And I know this sounds really weird, but you know how a spider spins a web and it just like catches its prey in it? Group number one, you're the spider, okay? You can do a new web. You can create a new web and you can catch yourself a new fish, okay? Or a new insect or whatever we want to call it. You don't need to feel as though just because something didn't work out one time, like it can't work out again, or like you're not attractive anymore, or like you can't spin a new web and catch yourself a new girl, a new man. You know what I'm talking about? So be optimistic, group number one. That is one thing that I see that is important for you. And know that you have to like just stay focused on what you want, even though there may be a few obstacles within the next 3 months. I mean, hey, it happens, okay? That's love, and sometimes things are complicated. But at the end of the day, the more discerning you are, the more wisely you use your mind, your brain, the quicker you will sort of weed out the people that you're not compatible with and then get to the good ones, you know, get to the good stuff. So that is my number one tip for you, group number one. Weed out anybody who you feel that you don't connect with and get straight to the core, get straight to the ones that you're compatible with. So group number one, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it gave you clarity as well as peace of mind to some degree. Let me know down below what really hit home, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Emerald, group number two, and I want to jump straight into your love life for the next 3 months. So let's see what's going on for you. First and foremost, we have the Enchanted Forest, group number two. One thing that I see here is an exciting time. Why can I not pronounce anything today? So I definitely see a lot of mystery here, a lot of excitement, a lot of times where you get to think a lot about love and you get to feel that feeling of infatuation, okay? A lot of excitement, group number two. So that is maybe something that you have been yearning for, or maybe you think to yourself, great, another month of excitement. But I want you to see things in a way how you're just thankful for the ride, you're thankful for the fact that things are getting interesting, and don't sort of discriminate between what you see as beneficial in love and what you see as maybe a little too exciting or a little bit too much of an unknown, because of course the unknown is scary. I mean, it's only human to be a little bit afraid of mystery and want to protect yourself and your heart, but be open to what you're able to receive for these next 3 months. Then we have the hidden path. So one thing that I see here is in the hidden path, okay, there's most likely somebody that you maybe didn't even consider that may very much be into you, group number two, okay? Somebody where you kind of like feel like you were just friends, or you didn't really see them that way, but they actually find you really cute. They actually find you very interesting romantically, and they would like to make a move, but they're probably too shy to make a move, okay? That is one thing that I see in the hidden path. So if that is something where you would like to merge your two souls together, where you would like to forge and form a connection, you would have to make the first move, number two. So if you have an idea who it is, if you feel this connection, this weird chemistry every time you're around this one person, know that they may like you without being able to tell you for whatever reason. And it could be because they think you're in a relationship, or you're intimidating, or you're just out of their league. Whatever it is, I want you to know that it's so powerful that they feel as though they're a little too afraid to speak to you, okay? So it's important for you to know that you have to make the first move, should you want to consider them romantically. Then we have purification as well as the temptress, okay? So I see a very sort of like romantically charged time, if you will, okay? I see in the temptress the fact that there is an element of seduction, and here within mystery and excitement, I want you to know that this may have to do with somebody that you just find so attractive that you wish you could just see more often, that just makes you feel just so tense in a good way, if you know what I mean. Group number 2. So allow yourself to enjoy this excitement, but also know that sometimes when things are a whirlwind, when there's a lot of intimacy going on too quickly, it could lead to a broken promise, a broken heart, okay? That is one thing that I want you to know. When people try to get physical and intimate first and foremost, and they try and do that too quickly without forging a deep connection, you have to be discerning. You have to decide, is this person maybe just here for your body, for the, you know, sexual chemistry, or are they here to actually get to know you, or are they here to actually have an emotional connection? That is one thing that only you can really feel out, but you have to take the time to do so. That is one thing that I see in purification, aka water, okay? You have to emotionally cleanse yourself of anything that is making you see the situation with rose-colored glasses, or that is making you see the situation with kind of like this feeling of, well, I'm sure it'll work itself out, or well, they must like me. You know, if you have to say that to yourself, group number 2, there could be something that is a little off. So I just want you to look out for that. I just want you to make sure that you're not being used, or that you're not being put in a situation for the wrong reasons. Of course, that does not have to be the case. It is just something that the universe and your spirit guides definitely want you to always watch out for, because group number 2, you are most likely somebody who is attractive, kind of intimidating. So like, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out, group number 2. Then we have no need to worry as well as no. Okay, so group number 2, if I made you worry right now, don't, okay? The spirits are quite clearly trying to tell me to just stop talking, to stop making you feel afraid, and to just let you enjoy, okay? Enjoy the time where you can feel like good about yourself, where you can feel attractive, where you can feel like you're on, and like you just make somebody else also crazy, if you will, okay? Because that is a feeling that is a great confidence booster. It is a feeling that makes you feel as though you're worthy, you know, and that you're somebody who is important when it comes to love. Then we have the vulture spirit, the spider spirit, and who else do we get here? Then we have the badger spirit as well as the butterfly spirit. So being pretty bold and fearless, that is one thing that I see happening within your romantic realms in these next 3 months, okay? Not being afraid to express yourself, as well as probably just being comfortable in your body. And that is something that you may have not felt in a while, or something that may have died down for a little while, but I see here that like that is completely back, okay? You are most likely depicted here in the temptress. You are most likely the person who is like has that va-va boom these next 3 months. So I want you to know that there is a transformation happening. That is what I see here in the butterfly spirit, that in alignment to your love life, there is a lot of change happening, but change that is making you more confident, change that is turning the whole situation into a more beautiful situation. And I see here that you have to keep in mind that nothing along the way is wasted. You know, if something goes wrong, if love makes you feel a little bit annoyed, or a little bit almost as though it's not going the way you've always dreamt for it to go, know that things happen, like there are obstacles in the way for a reason. And group number 2, these obstacles allow you to learn more about yourself, as well as about other people. Know that no obstacle is wasted, no person who ghosts you, no F-boy, nobody who treats you sort of in a way that you don't want to be treated is, so to say, wasted. Of course, it would be better if that would not happen to you. It would be nicer if they could just move on instead of string you along. But we've all gone through it, and I feel like everybody has to go through it in order to start learning those red flags early on, and in order to really know what you want and what you don't want, and what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Because oftentimes a lot of us have to go through very miserable relationships, or relationships that are just not it, in order to wake up, in order to look back and think, oh my God, I couldn't believe I even tolerated this. I can't believe that this was me, that I was okay with this, or like I felt fulfilled in this relationship. So know that a lot of these experiences are just a preparation for you to truly be able to know, like, yes, this person, this situation, this relationship is it for me. So the more you know what you don't want, the more you know what doesn't work for you, the more you will be able to get closer to your absolute dream love life, group number 2. So keep that in mind. Then we have don't stop, as well as improving health. So whatever you're doing right now, group number 2, don't stop. It is working for you in the romantic realms. This is good for your love life. If you're going on a lot of dates, continue going on a lot of dates, continue practicing your social skills and meeting new people, being relaxed and being able to come out of your shell more easily, because the more interaction you have with other human beings, the easier it is for you to instantly feel more comfortable and instantly be able to come out of your shell and have small talk, as well as just transcend into more deeper conversation seamlessly without feeling awkward and without feeling like you don't really know what to say. In improving health, I want you to know that you have to focus on yourself and your body, okay? I see that love has everything to do, obviously, with being physical as well for you, but you also need to just focus on the fact that you stay healthy, especially when it comes to being intimate with other people. Be very careful who you're intimate with. You know, some things just take one kiss to be stuck with you forever, okay? But I don't want to get into details about that. So be very discerning, again, okay, just with who you get physical with, who you allow to be so close to you, because while you're having fun, while you're going on dates, there are a lot of people who just want to come in and swoop in order to get physical real quick and then to exit, to leave. I don't understand why, but you know, different people have different tastes, different people have different aspirations in love, but it is important for you to protect yourself. That is one thing that your guides have brought into your reading, just in order to guide you, to inform you, to make smart decisions that you will not regret and that will not stick with you forever, okay? So group number 2, look out for yourself, okay? Have fun and make sure that you just enjoy being the center of sexual attention. Make sure that you're the kind of person who is going through this phase and can live every moment of it feeling good about themselves and feeling comfortable in their own body, okay? And if you are taking on this role of the temptress, at least for the time being, for the next 3 months, allow yourself to be another person. Allow yourself to be somebody that you maybe never felt like you were before. You know, somebody who is attractive, somebody who turns heads and makes other people think about them the whole day, because, hey, sometimes it feels good to take on another role. Sometimes it feels good to just be somebody else and to just have fun with it, okay? You don't always need to say to yourself, well, you know, I'm awkward. Well, you know, I'm kind of weird when it comes to being intimate. Just let go of all of that, group number 2, as I see that the best thing that you can do during this exciting time is to embrace the excitement and go with it. All while being, of course, very discerning and safe as to who you get close to and who you pass up. So group number 2, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know down below what really hit home, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Black Obsidian group number 3, and I want to get straight into your reading about the next 3 months in your love life. So let's see what's going on. We have a liberation. So I definitely see like breaking free, liberating yourself from some sort of negative attachment. So maybe it is a current relationship or situationship. Maybe it is a belief system that you're not good enough, or you're not going to find love, or like you feel you attract the wrong people always. So know that breaking free from this negative attachment, from this negative connotation, is what is going on for you within the next 3 months. So that will leave you feeling liberated. It will leave you feeling happy, as well as more like yourself and able to conquer the world in love. You know, especially if you've been let down, it can take a while for you to gain back your confidence, group number 3, but it is possible. And I see that the next 3 months are a great time for some recovery as well as healing romantically. So in healing, one thing that I see here is that in order to heal, it is important for you to reconnect with your true nature. It is important for you to allow yourself to just be who you truly are at the core, to not try and pretend. So what do I mean by that, group number 3? I want you to really think to yourself, what do I love to do? What makes me feel liberated and free? What makes me feel like I'm healing? For some of us, it's yoga, meditation, maybe taking a long walk in the nature, maybe also just spending a day in bed sleeping, okay? If that is something that you need, I'm not judging, and then you should give that to yourself, because withholding whatever it is that makes you feel like you're healing is not good for you. Make time for the healing process. If you need to get one of your best friends on the phone just to vent to them, just to tell them how dissatisfied you are with something, or how difficult this phase is that you're currently going through, do it, okay? Group number 3, there is nothing that is stopping you. Then we have the hidden path as well as lost love. So in lost love, one thing that I see here is just release, okay? If you're in a situationship that is making you feel unhappy, you're going to be releasing it. I see that surrendering it, throwing it away, basically, group number 3, and saying to yourself, hey, if I want things to work out, if I want this dream relationship or this dream love life, I need to let go of this person that clearly does not want the same things that I want. Or I have to let go of this person who is constantly kind of like making me the second choice and keeping me warm, you know, kind of keeping me a little bit at a distance, but always just close enough to be able to call me back, but not so close that you can call it commitment, okay? Group number 3, don't we just love those? I mean, anyways, whole nother topic for a whole nother video. In a hidden path, I want you to sort of focus on allowing things that have to do with spirit and matter to come together. So especially in love, make sure that you're not really too focused on just somebody's spiritual side, and also not too focused just on the material side, you know, what they have to offer to you. Make sure that there's a balance, because you don't want to be the person who is supporting another person's dreams, even though they could support themselves, just because you see so much beauty in their spirit, but they don't want to provide them for themselves, okay? That's a no-no. At the same time, you don't want to be so focused on the way somebody presents themselves or the things that they own, that they have acquired, that you forget how important it is to be able to have that deep and raw kind of conversation. So allow yourself to bring back balance when it comes to that, and it's nothing to be ashamed of if you've fallen into a certain pattern, or if you've taken care of people up until this point, or you've always wanted somebody who takes care of you financially or spiritually only, but now, you know, you need to come to a point where there is more balance, where you're able to be in a more mature relationship and just not feel like things are so one-sided. Then we have the crow spirit, the cat spirit, the dolphin spirit, as well as the hawk spirit. Okay, so we have a little bit of air sign energy here, group number 3. In the crow spirit, one thing that I see here is that you have to co-create with your spirits, okay, and you have to let them be your guide. That is one thing that I see in the hawk spirit. Allow the people who are coming into your life to just pass by if that's how it needs to be. Don't feel as though each person that comes in your life has to mean something. Especially in love, we can often like get our hopes up and feel like everybody is a potential like love interest, but sometimes people just pass by to pass by. So allow your spirit to create. Don't feel like you have to go with like one of the first 5 people that pass through your life, with one of the first 5 potential interests. And sometimes it can be tempting when you've been alone for a very long time to consider people that you usually would not consider, but know that that can really border on desperation. That can border on a situation that is not healthy for you. So allow yourself to know that it's okay to meet a lot of people, but to not be infatuated with any one of them. It is okay to go on a dry spell for a long time. It doesn't mean that you're not attractive. It doesn't mean that love isn't going to come into your life, but maybe that is just the kind of cycle that you're going through within these next 3 months. And I want you to claim your independence. You don't need anybody, group number 3. First of all, you don't need a man. Like, I love that Rihanna meme. But yeah, that is exactly what I'm trying to communicate with you. Your guides want you to know within these next 3 months, there is a possibility that you will be liberated from a situationship and there may not be a new love interest. You're maybe just alone by the end of these 3 months. But reclaim your independence. See the beauty in being independent. You don't have to tell anybody what you're doing. You don't need to ask anybody for permission for anything. I mean, you don't need to do that anyways, but you know what I mean. You don't have to think of another person's feelings, of what somebody else is doing. You just do you. And trust me, when you're in a long-term relationship, you will miss that. You will miss being free. You will miss being able to do you and just enjoy the times where you can be creative one night, you can journal the entire night, and nobody's going to ask you what you're doing. Nobody's going to snoop around in your journal. Nobody's going to say, hey, let's do this, that, or the third. You can decide for yourself whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. And the best part is you can still have fun. You can still meet people. You can still be desirable, but you don't need to commit. So allow that to be something that is fun to you. Don't make it something dreadful, because with that kind of energy, you will not be inviting energy into your life romantically that you want. Trust me, okay? Because when you're a little desperate or a little unhappy with just being by yourself, with being independent, the wrong people will sniff that out, okay? The wrong people will start to notice that, and they will just circle around you like sharks circling around blood, okay? And as you can imagine, that is not a cute scenario, and I don't want you to make yourself be that bait, okay? Allow yourself to be the person who is circled around by dolphins, by beautiful dolphins, no sharks, okay? Not that sharks aren't beautiful, but you get the metaphor, okay? I don't want anybody in the comment section trying to say that no, okay? All animals are beautiful, especially sharks, but we get the metaphor, group number 3. Let's move a little further into your reading. We have big happy changes, and it's up to you. So at the end of these 3 months, group number 3, your love life is yet going to still be at a good, happy standpoint. That is one thing that I see here. Any changes that occur, anything that happens is going to be for the best, okay? You're going to be happy with the situation. At the end of the next 3 months, you will think to yourself, yeah, you know what? Actually, I learned a lot about myself. Actually, I met somebody that is really interesting, or actually, I really needed to let go of the situationship. So I definitely see that the amount of progress that you're able to make in your love life is entirely up to you, group number 3. You can either make things go a little slower by resisting change, by resisting being able to just co-create with your spirits, by resisting healing. Obviously, then things will take longer, but you will not be in as good of a situation as if you just let the inevitable happen. So if you have to go through a phase of being alone, of being independent, and then so be it. Especially if it has to do with letting somebody go. If somebody is not the right fit for you, let them go sooner rather than later, group number 3. That is very important, because if you allow them to stick around for longer, this is a situation that you know in your heart isn't right, and it's just messing with you, okay? And it's messing with opportunities that you could have gone for, that you could have seen through, but you didn't, because you still had this person in your life, you know, with just just one foot in your life and the other foot out. So make sure that you just clear things up, that you focus on yourself, and that healing is at the core of the next 3 months in your love life. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down in the comment section what really hit home, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Tiger Eye group number 4, and I want to move straight into your reading to figure out what's happening in your love life for the next 3 months. So let's get right into it, shall we? First and foremost, we have a winter's end. So one thing that I see here is that you will have a positive outcome at the end of these 3 months. Isn't that exciting, group number 4? One thing that I see here is a complete rebirth. I see regeneration and just revamping your love life, okay? I see that something is going to completely change. Something is going to be very different from what it is now, and you will feel as though the outcome is positive. So positive is different to each and every one of us. For some of us, positive is being in a fulfilled relationship. To you, positive may be getting rid of a toxic relationship within the next 3 months, or actually being in a situation where you can just date, where you don't feel obligated to set your mind on one person, where you just want to have fun. So whatever successful and positive is to you, know that that is what I see you going towards by the end of these next 3 months. Then we have the Enchanted Forest. So this is an exciting time for you, group number 4. Your reading is really overwhelmed with positivity in your love life. It is really overwhelmed with also like an element of mystery, okay? So there may be a situation that really infatuates and intrigues you that has to do with another human being where you're just like, wow, this person is mysterious, and it makes them kind of attractive. It makes them really appealing because you may like someone who is a little bit dark, who is a little bit mysterious, and who doesn't just let everybody know everything about them on the first date, okay? You may like a little bit of the bad boy, bad girl type of person, and that is exactly what I see bringing this excitement into your life, group number 4. Then we have the brown bear spirit as well as the lion spirit. So we have strong earth energy here within your spirit animals. And I want you to know that it's important for you to just also take time for yourself. So if you're in a whirlwind of emotions, if you're dating, if you're going different places, take a little bit of time to just be independent and be by yourself, because that makes you mysterious. That makes you intriguing, group number 4. When you just allow yourself to also be the one who is like, oh, okay, you took 2 days off, you didn't text me, where were you? And you're just kind of like, oh, well, you know, I just needed some time for myself. And you actually do take that time for yourself. You not only do this like as an act to make yourself more attractive or mysterious or whatever, but you actually feel comfortable taking time away from love, from romance, just for you, okay? Be generous with yourself, group number 4. That is one thing that I see as very important. In the lion spirit, I see that you have to make sure that you're generous with yourself, not only when it comes to time, but also financially, okay? Like, I obviously don't want to encourage too much consumerism, but at the end of the day, shopping, treating yourself to a few new crystals, a few new beautiful pieces for your wardrobe or your house, I mean, it feels good. Allow yourself to treat yourself, because it will just make you romantically somebody who is more well-rounded. You know, when you're happy with your overall life, it just completely transcends into the romantic realms, and it just shows. Like, you just have that glow, group number 4. So allow yourself to be the glow giver, okay? Do not feel as though you need somebody else to make you glow, to give you that sort of shine. Like, you give yourself the glow whenever you want to give yourself the glow, group number 4. Then we have no need to worry, as well as improving health. So you may get a little sick, okay, between now and the next 3 months. You may get a flu, catch a cold. You may feel a little down and out, maybe even depressed, group number 4. And I want you to know that there is no need to worry, especially when it comes to feeling weird emotionally. Sometimes we can think to ourselves like, what is wrong with me? Why am I so strange? Why do I have these thoughts, you know? And this is something that I've been through as well, that I go through every now and then, where I think to myself, oh my God, if I were to see somebody right now and explain to them what is going on in my head, they would probably diagnose me with some serious stuff, okay? But know that as a human being, we all go through different phases. Just because you're going through a depressed phase or you're going through a phase of feeling really angry or anxious does not mean automatically that you have anger management issues or that you have anxiety or that you have depression. We are meant to feel different things. Of course, some of us suffer with those conditions permanently or for a very long time being a part of our lives, but a lot of us go through these phases just because we have different emotional cycles. We have different times in life where we feel better about ourselves and our environment, and there's some times where we don't feel very satisfied. So allow yourself to feel all the feels, group number 4, and don't feel as though like your health is fading, okay? That is one thing that I want you to know here in improving health. It will get better. It is just for like a short frame of time within these next 3 months. But regardless, you know, we keep it real here on this channel. I'm not just going to tell you, oh, you know, no need to worry, improving health. Okay, you're gonna be all fine and dandy. Like, there are downs that I see here for you. There are situations where you're maybe worried, where you feel as though like, am I okay? Am I even normal? But that is completely fine. I want you to feel guided to get through it, to feel motivated, and to know that you're not alone, okay? I've been through it, millions of others go through it, and you just have to remind yourself of who you are and remember that you're just learning more about yourself. And going through these phases makes you stronger. It makes you somebody who can rely on themselves more. Then we have opportunity as well as trust. So group number 4, there is opportunity in your love life. We already spoke about how favorable your love life is going to be for these next 3 months. But furthermore, I also want you to know that anybody who you give an opportunity to in love, and anybody that gives you an opportunity, there is a factor of trust that needs to be figured out, okay? And without trust, you don't really have anything in love, now do you? Because if you don't trust somebody with your heart, like, how are you really gonna love them? How are you really gonna be yourself around them? So focus on building trust, okay? Don't just be happy that the opportunity is here, which is of course great, but try and figure out if you can build trust with people. Try and figure out how your gut feels when you're around those people. Do you feel taken care of? Do you feel like your heart is safe? Or do you feel like you're kind of lacking trust? If you're lacking trust, it may have to do with you, but they may have also shown you some red flags or done a few things that obviously pinpoint towards them maybe not being so trustworthy. And if they're not so trustworthy, if they have a troubled situation in their life, for instance, if they struggle with being faithful, then know that you have a reason not to trust, and it is okay to be a little more careful in those situations. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself, group number 4. Then we have the beaver spirit as well as the dog spirit. So loyalty, laying a solid foundation, 2 things that are very important. And group number 4, I'm not trying to call you out, but maybe you're also somebody who likes to flirt even though you're seeing someone else, or even though you're in a relationship. But I see that building that solid foundation will give enough trust in order for any connection that comes into your life within the next 3 months to sustain, in order for any connection to still feel like there is loyalty there. And loyalty is one thing that I see here in the dog spirit, one thing that is very important not only to you, but to this potential romantic interest that may be in your life within these next 3 months. And it's so important for you to, like, if you have to, invest extra time in the foundation with this person, because things that are important to other people, they will be so happy if you put value on those things and if you show them that you're trying to make sure that they get what they need emotionally. Then we have intuitive communication as well as purification. So purification has a lot to do with fire, okay? There's fiery energy, potentially fire signs that are here colliding with earth signs, but that is just like the vibe, that is the energy, does not have to be like that. I see here in purification that just opening up, showing each other the naked truth is the best way to go, okay? And the naked truth could be the naked truth, or it could be the naked truth as in like telling each other how you really feel and what you really want, okay? I want you to know here in intuitive communication that you will instinctively know when it's the right time to open up in love. You will instinctively know when you should have this conversation. So don't try and push it, okay? I definitely see as though this positive outcome that is coming towards you within the next 3 months is one that is inevitably going to happen. It's not like saying something in the wrong moment is going to tarnish this, but nevertheless, you can allow yourself to be relaxed and to know that the right moment will come in order to just talk about what is important to you, in order to just talk about what you need in order for the solid foundation to be there, and in order for trust to be present. Because without trust, as we already spoke about, there is nothing. So group number 4, definitely allow yourself to look forward to these next 3 months in love. Know here that it is an exciting time. It's a magical time. It's a time that you may have wanted to happen for a while now, or that you may have wanted this twist, this turn in your love life for a few months, and now all of a sudden things are going to be looking up. Things are going to be going towards more of a fun outcome. Okay, so group number 4, enjoy this ride, enjoy having fun, enjoy allowing yourself to delve into this excitement and mystery while just having a complete change, a complete 180 happen for the better, for a positive outcome. So group number 4, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down in the comment section what really hit home for you, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings.